What's up, guys? Welcome back for another No Man's Sky video. This one's going to be going over my strategy for just farming ships. Now, the ships you're going to get from this are, usually Class C, Class B kind of quality. I normally just grab these ships and sell them for salvage, which helps me get my credit up into the high millions and stuff like that. I don't know what the actual chance of getting actually like A class or S class ships are from this, but I usually just see kind of like C and B's. But to start off, what you're going to need to do is you're essentially going to need navigation data. You can get this from charting planets and just kind of normal exploration. They're pretty common. I usually stacked quite a bit of these up, and before I start doing a process like this, once you actually have a decent amount of navigation data, you're going to come over to any space station in your system, and you're going to come over here to this guy next to the portal. This is the navigation or the cartographer. You're going to go in here and you're going to talk to him. You're going to exchange specific charts. And what we're looking at is we're looking for this planetary chart right here for distress signal. And you're just going to buy as many as you can. And then what we're going to do is we're essentially going to kind of manipulate the way these things work in order to get the signal that we want. So we'll go ahead and get out of here. There are several different sites that you can get from this map, right? There is an observatory, there is abandoned structure or abandoned building, down freighter, or a distress call. Now, there are two variants of the distress call. There's one where there's no pilot and you can claim the ship for free. And then there is one where the pilot is present, and that's the one where you just do like repair. It's like a little side mission or whatever. Once you have all your charts, we're just going to go into space here. And as you can see here, I've already got some of these on my screen. And so I usually just keep these in my ship. And so I'm going to just sit here and use them. And see how it's saying you don't have, or it already has a thing marked. What we're essentially going to do is we're going to use charts until we have a crashed freighter and an abandoned building. And then we also have an observatory, one out here. Because it won't give you a duplicate of the type already in play. And so essentially we're going to be farming just the regular distress signal or the distress beacon. And by keeping the abandoned building and the crash freighter and the observatory up, we're essentially guaranteeing that our next plot point will always be a distress beacon. We just want to be able to clear these beacons as we go. Now, some things you can do, especially if you're doing this specifically to farm ships, I usually bring everything with me that is required to repair the ship to the point where it can be on the freighter. That way I can do a lot of my repairs from the freighter before I salvage it. And so like here, you'll find this distressed signal here where I go ahead and land. So what I usually bring with me is I've been out here for a while doing this, so it's a lot of junk, but I usually bring enough hermetic seals and steel plates, and then I usually try to bring dihydrogen jelly and all the things required to basically get the ship up and running. So we're here, look around here, I don't see a pilot, and it says destination reached. So we're going to go in here, we're going to look at it, right? And you can go to compare. We've already actually got a ship just like this. This is Class C. So we can claim this ship, and it'll actually set it as active. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and we want to do two things. We want to repair the launch thruster and the pulse engine. And we want to do that so it'll show up on the freighter. So that's selected as primary right now. We've already claimed it. But essentially what we want is we'll get back on our ship that we came in. It's actually easier if you just carry your hermetic seals and your steel plates with you. And then let's see, we might have to farm some pure ferrite. And then there's also a bunch of those. You can also get multi-tools and stuff from damaged machinery on these as well. So we're going to go ahead and kind of go through this entire process that I do for each one. Got some nanites there. I usually just clear all this stuff because you never know what you might find. Antimatter housing is nice to keep on hand in case you get a exosuit beacon. Those are usually needed to repair those. We can get quite a bit of pure ferrite on this planet. We already know we're going to need it, so we're going to get it from these rocks up here. Go ahead and mine these. We might have to actually make some jelly. But essentially what we want to do is we want to be able to repair the ship enough to where it doesn't need to be summoned and it can just automatically show up in the freighter. So we'll go ahead and get back in here. As you can see here, we got the hermetic seal. So this will repair the pulse engine. And then we just need dihydrogen jelly, which we can make one of there. That's usually all I do is I just repair the launch thruster and the pulse engine, and then we're good. Then you can just leave the ship and then just get back in the ship you came in and go on to the next one. And so since we actually reached this destination, this distress beacon is cleared. And so we're going to go back into space here. And if you stay on the planet, then usually your beacon will be on the same planet. If you come out to space, you have the chance of actually going to a different planet. It doesn't really matter either way. So we'll go ahead and get back into our ship here. And see it says cannot use chart. The type of building is already marked. That's because it was trying to give us a observatory, a abandoned building, or a down freighter. And so essentially every time we now use, we keep those, to basically summarize it, we keep all those beacons up that we're not interested in, then we can just utilize all of our charts to be distress beacons. So as you can see, we got another one right here. You might have to dodge pirates a little bit, so have the ship you're running around with, just have it kind of outfitted to take down normal hostiles and stuff like that. But essentially, yeah, this is what I do, just bounce back and forth. I think in this run that I've done before recording this video, I think I've already farmed like, I want to say 5 or 6. And then what I'll do is I'll usually just kind of work and repair them inside the freighter. And then once they're able, and you don't even have to repair them all the way to salvage them. All you need to do is be able to fly them to a station, essentially. And then and I'll show you how to salvage them once we get through on this one here. Once you come out, that's going to be the portal side, which I like to call it. This would be like the web, or the where you like customize appearance and exosuit vendors and stuff like that. But essentially this thing right here, and you'll be able to see that your current active ship, you want to make sure your active ship is the ones you want to salvage. But it'll show you in here what the salvage worth is, and then it'll give you basically items worth that value that you'll have to sell at the galactic trade thing. But yeah, that's how I farm ships to get credits. And you know, a high amount of credits allows you to get more frigates in your fleet, which allows you to do better expeditions and things like that. So hopefully this video is helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.